I'm about to debut. I get these tights. And I'm like, Dusty's like, get your gear. I put my gear on. I'm like, bro, how am I going to explain to my friends and family that I'm wearing spandex and I'm about to get killed by this giant dude when I grew up a tough guy in Jersey? Like, this is going to be unacceptable. It's the worst day of my life. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do the job, and then I'm going to get fired. I know this for a fact in my head. I've been told I'm going to get fired. So I think I'm just going out there to do a job and get fired, like a TV guy they call in.
Right.
So I go out there and I'm like, I go out to the ring and I have no idea what's about to happen. I'm just told to be in my ring gear and stand ringside. So I sit through like 3 or 4 rehearsals, and then finally they play this terrible club techno music, and this Italian flag comes on the big screen. And at this point, me and Big Cass have started cutting promos together in class, but Bill DeMott will not let Big Cass be my tag team partner because he likes Big Cass and he told him I'm getting fired. So Dusty likes us together. Dusty's like, let me see this again next week.
Right.
This time we've only done about 3 or 4 promos together, and all the boys love it. They think it's fucking hilarious. Me and Big Cass doing this how you doing shtick and shit. So everybody in the business at this point backstage in NXT knows I'm going to be fired. And they hated Bill DeMott. Okay, I'm not going to say a bad thing about Bill DeMott. You know why? Because as I said, Bill DeMott made my life a living hell. Did I complain about that? Did you hear a complaint come out of my lips when I said that?
Nope.
Bro, I was in the WWE. What's the rule about Fight Club? You join Fight Club, there's one rule about Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club. I was in the WWE, I grew up in it, like this life. Dude, you join the mob, you don't talk about the mob. So, things that happened in FCW or in NXT, whether they were good, bad, or indifferent, they molded me and made me who I am.
Exactly.
And whether I could say a bad thing or a good thing about the guy, how about I don't say anything about him, because he was there, and that's all I need to say. I'm sitting there, and I go through the curtain, and I have a microphone, and I have no idea what the hell I'm supposed to say, because they give me a microphone. I don't even know who I'm fighting, and I get told to fight Mason Ryan, I'm going to do this job. Get the microphone, and that's where I said, my name's Enzo Amore. I look up and down this NXT roster, see nothing but a bunch of fake tough guys, what I like to call fugazi. Everybody's real till a real situation shows up. Everybody's a G till a G walks in the room. Bada boom, realest guy in the room. How you doing? Now this goes back to me going, I'm the realest guy in the room on my tryout video that my little brother filmed, edited for me, just like my Phoenix music video. My little brother has a red camera, makes movies now. I mean, I'm out there, I get the microphone, I'm talking my shit, right? I say that stuff. Then I get the microphone handed to me and I do it. It just so happens that at this point we're trying to change from FCW, where we're still doing these house shows as FCW, to NXT. But we still can't fill the houses. We can't get people to come to the NXT tapings. So in order to fill the houses, we book a match on the dark card at the end of the show when the cameras go down. I go out there, cut this promo, I get murdered by Mason Ryan. And I think my job's over. But we book John Cena at the end of the NXT taping to be the guy to fill the house.
Yep.
So all the fans stick around to see John Cena. And on the same taping that I debut. And it just so happens that when John Cena was backstage, he was sitting next to Tyler Breeze, who was sitting next to him to pick his brain, ask him questions, which anybody in that house at that moment would love to be sitting rubbing shoulders with John Cena when you're in NXT trying to make it. Like, oh, wow. And Tyler Breeze was about ready to get called up. And he was on that ESPN documentary that Big Cass was said to be fired on. Remember, the ESPN documentary said, we're going to fire Big Cass. So Big Cass has not debuted on TV yet. I go out there, get killed, come through the curtain. But when John Cena was backstage, all the boys stood up and clapped for me when I debuted. Because they knew Bill DeMott hated me and I had a microphone and I was about to kill it.
Interesting.
So they all stood up as a fuck you because they were working on getting Bill DeMott fired. There was a whole conspiracy going on with a letter and all this shit.
I heard about it, yep.
And so when they stood up and clapped, it caught John Cena's attention. And he looked around and he went, why is everybody clapping? Who is this guy? And Tyler Breeze put me over. and was like, bro, you got to see him and his tag team partner, who at this point we've only done promos backstage. We've never even had a match together. Amazing. And John Cena's like, oh yeah? And I do the shtick, and John Cena stands up and goes, bada boom, realest guy in the room. I come through the curtain. Bill DeMott tells me I do a terrible job. I'm like, oh my God. It's all over for me. I walk in the back, and little Rob Naylor comes running up to me, the little assistant boy in the back of the FCW, great guy. He goes, John Cena stood up and lost it, and he wants to meet you right now. And I'm like, what? What? Oh, God, do I look good? Run back there, bro. Shake John Cena's hand, and I walk up to him, and he's sitting next to Ryan Ward, the writer who works on NXT at the time. And Ryan Ward, I owe him so much. Ryan Ward was the guy who told me I didn't have a choice, but I had to keep saying certified G and bona fide stuff and that shtick. I wanted to say it every once in a while. I was like, dude, I don't want to say this every time because I have so much I want to say.
Right.
And he's like, no, you got to say it every time. So shout out Ryan Ward for that. And then Nikki, another writer up there, worked with Cena, and they came down to NXT, and they worked with me in Big Cass. And they loved working with me in Big Cass after this day. So what happened was I walk up to Cena, and he goes, I have to tell you, I've been here for 4 tapings, and you're the only thing that has caught my attention. Great job. And he just sticks his hand out, and I'm like, and then I run up and I go and sit next to Big Cass with like Baby Vader, Jesse White, and like Juice Robinson, who is not happy with his job on NXT. And Jesse White just tore his ACL. I'm like, oh my God, bro, what the fuck is going on? Man? So then all of a sudden I get summoned again with Big Cass. Me and Big Cass go and sit down with John Cena. He's like, how fast can you get your ring gear on and be in the ring? What? He's like, I want you to come out to the dark seg if you're cool with that and cut a promo on Damien Sandow. I'm like, yeah? So Big Cass runs over. He's doing push-ups, getting oiled up, getting into his wrestling boots, tying. Takes him 20 minutes to tie his laces. They go to his knees.
Right.
I'm like, geez, Louise. Bro, I go, we get out to the curtain, and Big Cass is as nervous gets. He's never even been out there before. He's like, they don't even know who I am. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. Me and him have been sitting on the couch doing this.
Going through stuff.
For about 3 weeks.
Right.
3 weeks of material, basically, I have in my head. And I go, listen, they can't. I go, I'm thinking in my head on the fly, right on Gorilla Curtain, John Cena's doing a shtick with Damien Sandow in the ring. And all the boys in the back are like, oh my God, I can't believe Enzo and Cass are about to go out there with John Cena in the fucking ring on a FCW NXT dark seg. And we're freaking out. I go out there, dude. This terrible music hits, and I introduce myself. And why? Because Damien Sandow is in a ring, intellectual savior of the masses. Smart guy, right? So I say to him, I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And you see this guy? He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And while you think you're a smart guy, a little smarter than your average bear, right, Bo? My science teacher made a lawnmower work off piss. You think I don't know science, pal? Let me ask you. I got facts like the back of a Snapple cap, okay, Damien Sandow? How many dimples are in a golf ball? There are exactly 139 dimples in a golf ball. And there are exactly 0 dimples on my hind end. Wonder why? Because I'm hard body. And you know what you are? You're S-A-W-F-T, Swift! John Cena goes, what did you call him? And I went, Swift? He said, what? And I went right in, turned my attention to Damien Sandow and hit the Enzo, you know what I mean?
Right.
As I'm talking, I was like, S-A-W-F-T, Swift! And then John Cena goes, he called him Swift. And Cass goes, Swift. And the whole Orlando crowd starts going, Swift. First day me and Cass were ever on TV or seen together.
Over already.
We spell soft out.